So hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. So in this video we're going to summarise and have a look at all the carts that are still to be released on Evercade from July to December 2021. Let's get started. So guys, as of this video, middle of July 2021, there's still quite a few carts to be released on Evercade in 2021. There's 10 all-in still to be released, and that includes 4 arcade carts. And obviously there's the big VS console that's going to be released in November as well. So being released at the end of July, 30th of July to be exact, 2 carts. We're going to start with the first one, Indie Heroes Collection 1. And this is probably the first cart that's got an 18 certificate on it, funny enough, which is for the title Deadus, I believe. Just some sort of scary horror themes and some language. There are some swearing. I think there's some swearing in Quest Arrest as well, if I'm right. Not really sure it's justified to be 18, but anyway, that's what we're getting. So we've got 14 games, and this is probably one of the carts I'm looking forward to the most. It's got a great mix of RPGs and puzzlers. And I definitely love the look of Doodle World and Flea. They are fantastic games. Some of the games are available elsewhere, but some of these are definitely a first for Evercade. Quest Arrest is going to be a colorized Game Boy version, which is a exclusive for Evercade, which is really cool. And there's a right good mix of games in here from indie developers, and I really hope that we see a lot more of this type of thing on Evercade. So next up is the Worms collection, also released on the 30th of July 2021, which is later this month as of this recording. And there's only actually 3 games on this title. There's a mix of 16-bit and 32-bit games. One's, I believe, is a PlayStation game, or second PlayStation game, I believe. And we've got original Worms, which I think is either the Mega Drive or SNES version. We've got Worms Armageddon, which is a PlayStation game, and Worms Blast, which is Game Boy Advance, I believe. I'm not a massive fan of Worms. I think this might work quite well on the VS when you can play actual multiplayer on it. But like I say, I'm not a massive fan of Worms. But I guess these will be welcome. It definitely has its fan base out there. So this leads us to August, and at the end of August, 27th of August, we're going to get 2 carts. The first one we'll see is Codemasters Collection 1, which is really cool. A lot of sort of UK based especially will recognise a lot of these games and will be extremely excited to play a lot of these games again. Interestingly though, we've obviously got Sensible Soccer and Cannon Fodder, which weren't really original Codemasters game. I think they just purchased the rights to the games a few years ago. And there are a good number of titles on here. There's 17 games, one of the largest carts game-wise that is going to be released, and there's a good mixture of classic Codemasters games here. I personally really enjoy CJ's Elephant Antics. Obviously, Cannon Fodder, as we've mentioned, is fantastic. Sensible Soccer is terrific, a very addictive game. And there's a couple of other decent games here, and interestingly as well, there's the Tennis All-Stars, which is previously unreleased. It was Pete Sampras Tennis originally, but this is a sort of version which was previously unreleased. And potentially, I'm not really sure, but maybe potentially we could get a 4-player game out of that as well. So, also getting released in August, on 27th of August, we've got the Mega Cat Studios Collection 2, which I'm really excited for. I absolutely love the original Mega Cat Studios cart. Still one of the best carts available on the Evercade. Though this cart has less games, it's only got 8 games. And it's a good mixture of sort of a platformer puzzler style games. All of them are relatively new games, and previously unseen, which is quite good. This is definitely the type of thing I want to see on Evercade, and one of the reasons I signed up to sort of play the Evercade. And all of these games are really cool. They look fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to playing some of these games. So that leads us on to September. End of September again, 29th of September, we're going to see 2 other carts. The first one we're going to see is Intellivision Collection 1. Now this cart has 12 titles, and for a lot of people this will be completely new. Definitely didn't have Intellivision growing up, so a lot of these games are completely new to me. Some really cool games, the best I think being probably Astro Smash, which is absolutely fantastic. And interestingly, there is included a homebrew Intellivision game called Princess Quest, and that's quite cool. It's a kind of a platformer style shooting game, and it's very, very good. A lot of mixture games. There might be some potential 4-player games in here, and this is, I guess, quite cool if you have not played any Intellivision games before. So also out in September is the Bitmap Brothers Collection 1, which got a lot of people excited because of Speedball, which for me, Speedball 2 was an absolute classic, very addictive game, which I played a lot on the C64. Unfortunately, it's not really, maybe not the best versions we're getting here, but they're still very, very good games. There's 5 games on the cart, Chaos Engine being the SNES version, which is probably the better game compared to maybe the Mega Drive version. But it would have been good to get Amiga versions here. But at the same time, these are still very good games, especially Speedball 2. I think it'll be really cool playing against a competitor on the VS playing Speedball 2. Absolutely fantastic game. I do really enjoy that.
Replay! Get ready!
So this leads us to the Evercade VS, which is going to be released along with 4 arcade carts in November 2021, which I'm really looking forward to. But it's quite exciting. We've got the new sort of console that's coming out in November. There's also going to be the Black Founders Edition version, which comes with all sorts of goodies. But it's too late to order one of those now because they have all actually sold out. But you can still pre-order this console, which looks really nice. It's such a cool retro feel to it, and I'm really looking forward to it, especially with the possibility of playing these brand new Evercade arcade carts. Let's have a look at those that are going to be released alongside the release of this console on November 2021. So we've got 4 carts that are going to be released in November along with the VS. We've got the Technos Arcade 1, Dice Arcade 1, Gaelco Arcade 1, Atari Arcade 1. Which is really cool. It's hopefully a start of lots and lots more arcade games that we can see, because I think a lot of people really were waiting for this to purchase the Evercade, as the arcade games generally, usually, not always, is the best versions of the games, especially back in the day, was the arcade versions. Now let's have a look at the first cart. So 3rd of November, we will see the Technos Arcade 1 cart, which comes with 8 games, a good mixture of games. The first wrestling game on the Evercade, which is quite cool. We've got a lot of Double Dragon games here, unsurprisingly. We've got the Combat Tribes, which I think personally is better than Double Dragon, but just my opinion. Some puzzle games and a few other sort of style games. And these are quite cool. I'm really quite looking forward to this. I wasn't a big fan of the original Technos cart, but this one is really cool. I really did enjoy playing through this. So also getting released on the 3rd of November is Data East Arcade 1. And this comes complete with 10 arcade games. And eventually we're getting the best version of Bad Dudes, which is really good because the version we got in the original collection was the NES version, which isn't great at all. And we've got a collection of puzzler games, platformer shooters, Dark Seal, which is a kind of a RPG style game, along with its sequel, Wizard Fire. A good collection here. Really looking forward to this lot as well. Really good.
Let's bring up.
So also released the 3rd of November is the Gaelco Arcade 1 cart. There's 6 games on the cart, and this was a complete surprise to me. Never heard of Gaelco, a Spanish company that sort of specialised in arcade sort of titles, and they're all extremely good arcade games, which then makes me realize, why didn't I know about these? These are absolutely great titles, really playable, a lot of fun. The best thing about this card is a good lot of variety, and there's no poor games amongst this lot. They're all extremely good games, which, even though there's only 6, it could be, for me, one of the best carts that the Evercade's going to get, especially arcade-wise. This is really, really cool. Some really top-class games here.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
And finally, the last cart that's going to be released 3rd of November 2021 is the Atari Arcade 1. This is probably my least favourite of the carts going to be released. There's 13 games on the cart, and it's a whole mix of classic arcade Atari titles. Some really good, some are a bit questionable, or some are just difficult due to the control methods that are used. Generally at the time it was a lot of these games like Missile Command, you'd use a tracker ball and try to use a D-pad or the like is not the best way to play the games. And some of the controls are a little bit sensitive to a D-pad or even an analog stick. Guys, thanks for watching the video today. I hope you enjoyed the summary of all the games that will be released in 2021 on the Evercade. Hopefully, once we hit 2022, we get a lot more arcade titles and we get a regular release schedule, maybe starting from January, and we get regular releases every single month. That's my hope, and hopefully that does happen. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch any more of these videos in depth, I'll leave some links in the description. I've got videos for every single cart that's going to be released. So thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.